So hey guys, quick drop-off video for you today. The video here that I'm about to make and talk about is to encourage you and to hopefully enrich you, to relate to you, and to say that we're all in this together. So here's the deal. Welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you're here. Hope you're doing well. I'm trying to get a little warm-up walk going because I'm trying to motivate myself to get back in the game. You know, life is hard right now. Life is hard for all of us, okay? Even if we are believers, we are walking in the valley and we are finding every single day that things get harder and harder. And it's like we're just being battled all the time, spiritually, physically, mentally. You've heard me say this 100 times. You know this 100 times over. Let me tell you something that was, that my middle son told me last night. You know, just casually talking. I was editing my video and he was talking about one of his professors at his college. You know, my younger two are now in college and doing very, very well. Those homeschool kids, they make a positive impact, right? So here is, it's interesting as a mother to watch young people go through the different shifts that we are even experiencing right now. So let me tell you. So we were just chit-chatting and he was mentioning some things and he was talking about one of the professors that he has this semester. I think he's had her for a class before and he really, really likes her. So this is a woman in this day and age, a mother, she has children, and she teaches at a local college, okay? And she was talking about basically how she does not allow her teenage children onto social media. I want you to think about this for just a second because we always try to stereotype everybody. We are all really bad about that. I'm bad about that too. Every one of us is, we have to fight that, right? And so he was saying, I just looked at him, I said, what? And he said, we were talking about, I don't even remember how the whole conversation come up and all of the details, but he was talking about, I said, are you talking about your professor? He said, yeah. He said that she has teenagers. And that basically the worst thing, we've talked about this before, the worst thing on the planet basically to do is to allow them to have a phone and to be on the internet. She does not allow them on the internet. I mean, if they do have to do things, it's very supervised. And she said, and she told everybody in her class, she said, Mom, she stood up in front of all of us college kids and was like, I'm telling you right now, I'm the bad mom. I'm the mean mommy. I'm the mean parent. I'm not your friend. And these are the choices that I've made for my children who are not far behind you because it has ruined, it's just ruined people. Think about that. For real. I know you don't want me bouncing around. I'm sorry, I'll stop. I gotta get this run in. I'm gonna tell you something, and some of you aren't gonna like it. It's fine. I have to do what's best for me. So yesterday, I read some comments from some individuals, just a couple, that basically, they pretty much hate my guts. Very ugly about me. They've never met me. I don't know who they are. I've never met them. One of them actually has a channel, and I've never met this person in my life. And for some reason, having a social media presence, even as big or small as you consider me, I've gotten pretty used to, even though they're not very common, I really don't have a whole, I get some from time to time. We've talked about that before. And I'm not ranting here, and I'm not trying to be ugly. I'm trying to tell you how God turned this around for me today. And it's such a joyful moment, and I want to encourage you, especially you young people out there. I just found this so ironic so yesterday we ran some errands, and we took Gabriel somewhere, and James was like, why are you so quiet? What are you looking at? And I said, I'm reading these people, hate my guts, and I don't know who they are, and I don't know what I've done to make them mad. And they are just absolutely tearing my butt out. And all I'm trying to do is to talk about the issues of the day. And I'm trying to talk about the frustrations of the American people. And I want to encourage people to do the best that they can to be prepared, learn what they can, be as debt-free as they can, be as responsible as they can, take care of their babies. And for some reason, that just doesn't sit well with certain people. What that really is, folks, is it doesn't sit well with the devil, okay? So I actually looked one of these people up. Actually, that's not true. I looked up two. because I sat there and I was like, ignore it. You know how you sit there and you're fighting your flesh? You're fighting the flesh. And you're like, don't do it. And 9 times out of 10, I really don't. I basically just, if I see something, I skim over it and go on because I have something else I have to do. And that's the way God saves us. That's why part of the reason I tell you to be busy. I tell myself to be busy. Because if we're busy, we're being productive and we're not letting things distract us. We're already being distracted enough as it is. Well, I looked this little thing up. I have no idea why these people, I understand that I'm a human and you're a human and we have things we don't like and people we don't like. And, I hate to admit to you, sure, there's things and people I don't like either. I mean, you've seen me talk about certain politicians, so you should know by now. But, I don't go and get on these people's channels or get on other people's channels and to me, that's just so toxic. Even if I'm like, if I see something, I'm really good at actually overall, if I see something I don't like, even if it's just a recipe, I go, well, that's silly. And I just scroll on. I'm really, honestly, almost perfect at scrolling on. Almost perfect. But yesterday, for some reason, I just had a hard time with it. And I actually went to this person's channel and, they have a lot of potential to do a lot of good things. I don't understand the attitude, but towards me, because I've never seen them before. And, they may see this. And the interesting thing is they're about the age of my oldest son. So they're really young. So that was really hard for me to get mad at them because it was like trying to scold my own kid. And I'm just not going to do that. And, I wish these little kids the best. I call them kids because they're like I said, they're going to be a kid to me because they're my boy's age. Or maybe a little bit older, but not much. And I want them to succeed. So I just want to say this openly that if you come here and you don't like my content and you don't like me and you think I'm ugly or you think I'm crazy or whatever, I want you to know that I've had an honest talk today with God after several things more I'm going to tell you. And I want you to succeed. I've said this many, many times. I want people to do well. I want you to make $1 million today. I do. I really, really do. Because my theory is the healthier you are, the more sustainable you are, the better off everybody around you is going to be, which affects me and my children. And I want us all to get there and all to be there. So I just want you to know that. So if you have a YouTube channel and you're trying to grow it, I want you to grow. I want you to have 1 million subscribers and make $1 million today. If you're a songwriter and you're just out making music and you just want to do your thing, I hope you're successful at it, even if I like it or if I don't. I don't want to tear you down. I don't care who you are, where you are, what color you are, all that. I want you to do well. Because I understand maybe this is just a ripening of age for me. So I actually commented to this little old person. And I don't mean that bad. I'm just going to call it like I say it. And they were so sweet to me back. In fact, I had to double check to make sure that I had the right person. And I do. It's the same name. It's the same profile picture. It's all the same situation. And I just found it interesting that this person will openly bash me on somebody else's forum, but when I come to the plate and I'm like, hey, how you doing? Because that was my way of saying, you know what, I'm going to release this. I'm going to release this hurt. I want to bless this person. I want to make sure that they know that they are welcome here in Appalachia, and I wish them the best, and I hope they succeed, and maybe they should go visit this or that or the other, because that's really whether you believe it or not, that's really who I am. And, I'm going to defend myself when I have to. I'm going to defend my freedoms when I need to. I'm going to defend my children. I'm going to defend my followers. But, I'm not out here trying to look, just like most of you, I'm not out here trying to pick a fight with anybody. Oh, they were sweet as sugar. So if they see this, I want you to know that I'm not going to call you out, and I'm not going to, mention your name, and I won't visit your channel again, and I'm not going to troll you, and I'm not going to poke at you and humiliate you or to pick a fight with you. I want you to succeed. So that's where I was last night, and, I kept thinking about it. Well, then my son tells me about what his teacher, his professor, college professor, is saying. And I thought, isn't that funny that I'm being told this right now? Because my number one concern right now for most people, to be honest with you, obviously I'm very concerned about debt for people. because we understand how people are struggling. I'm concerned about inflation. I'm concerned about people feeding their babies and having a job, being able to survive, y'all. And I'm getting old, see. I'm turning into your memo. I'm turning into a memo. I am. I'm older than both of my grandmothers were when they became memos. So I'm memo, okay? I'm a nana, I'm a memo, whatever. Not yet, but I'm just saying in my mind, I'm babying younger. I want to baby younger people and generations, and I want them to see all the things that they need to be doing, but I'm worried about their mental instability right now. And that kind of went in with what I was seeing. I was like, that just hurt my feelings. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if it hurt my feelings, but I was just like, why? So I guess it hurt my feelings. I'll admit that, I guess. And I thought, isn't it funny how now, a couple hours later, my son is telling me this about his professor, just out of the blue. Because her concern is all of the horrible things people are seeing, all of the bullying that's online, all of the lies that are online, all of these things. And I thought, isn't that interesting? Fast forward to this morning. So I got up, I've done all my stuff, I'm about to run and get to the second phase of my day and cook. I'm going to can vegetable soup because we're going to be productive today. More soup. We're going to have lots of soup. We're actually going to have some for dinner. And I'm putting hamburger in it. Y'all have asked me, yes, put that hamburger in it. So good. So here's the deal. So I went through my comments again this morning. And ooh. Woo! This guy, if I say his name, he's definitely going to know who I'm talking about if he watches. He was so foul to me. Now, listen, I'm not telling you this to be like, oh, pitiful me. You should expect that I want to get this. You're going to get it. We all get it. I'm telling you my journey here. He was so foul, okay? And I just sat there and I thought, I shouldn't look him up. I shouldn't look him up. I shouldn't look him up. It was the same feeling from yesterday, right? That I shouldn't do this. Am I being tempted? I need just to ignore it and go on. I know all this. But something told me to look. And I don't know how to say this to you without sounding, I don't know. But this little guy, he has, I actually looked up two different ones. One was bad-mouthing another YouTuber yesterday. And I had to see this person. And then I looked up this one this morning who was, so foul. And I thought, what kind of demon possession do we have going on today? I got to see this because we have to see these things sometimes. Sometimes I feel not isolated. It's just like I cannot believe sometimes the times that we're in and the way people are behaving. So I went to his channel because I wasn't sure if it was just a bot. Oh no, he has videos too. And I'm going to say this, and you can get mad at me, and I don't have to judge this person. He put himself out there for what he is. Let me tell you, the people that are criticizing you 9 times out of 10, 9.9999 times out of 10, this is what I'm saying to you. They are not doing the things that you are doing. A lot of times these people are potentially very lonely. They may be sick. They're very angry. I am seeing a lot of more angry individuals. You are too, all across the world right now. And you have to remember that when they cannot change their circumstances or they refuse to change their circumstances, or they're too arrogant to change their circumstances, and yet they will come and try to tear down yours. Folks, these are your critics. My light bulb came on because I felt bad. I don't know what the word is, weak, because I felt like at first, I'm like, you're giving in to the trolls. And I realized that today, God has shown, I really feel that God, with the way this is all timed out in just a 12-hour period, it's like God showed me, girl, the internet is very evil. This is not what we are actually supposed to be doing. It is being used for evil a lot more than it is being used for good nowadays. You just keep fighting the fight. You're going to have critics, but I want you to see what they are. I want you to understand that you're going to have this, just like you guys out there, and your children are too, are going to have this no matter how pretty they are, no matter how good looking they are, no matter how athletic they are, no matter how giving they are, no matter how positive they are. If you shine the light of Jesus at all, you're going to have the worst critics on the planet. If you are honestly, with a serious, honest heart, trying to do good for others, you're going to get these things come at you with their talons and with their fangs, because we are in a spiritual battle. I want you to think about this because I want you to understand what your children are going through, young people are going through on a daily basis, what mentally ill people are going through on a daily basis. Even your mama is seeing on a daily basis. This has truly, truly, truly brought our society further, further down. Where are you going, girlfriend? So what do you need to do? I'm going to say this. I pulled back, actually, my social media last week. I was down 39%. Maybe this is why this happened. Maybe this was a form of confirmation for me to say I was doing the right thing. My phone told me, because I'm predominantly, unless I'm making a video or whatnot, I have my little phone here. And my online time this last week was down 39%, and I had a great week. And I think this was confirmation for me, this conversation with my son about his teacher, and seeing these people and seeing the reality of people that are honestly trying to tear down others. There's no reason for it, but they're doing it. But it was good for me to see it and go, I don't know why I even got upset. Because like I said, 9.9 times out of 10, bullies and people that are ugly to you and that try to tear you down, take biscuits out of your baby's mouth, lie about you, all of these things, I guarantee you, they don't have it going on like you do. But at the same time, parents, you have to understand, your children, my children, have experienced things like this, even if it wasn't necessarily or isn't necessarily being done straight to them. They're watching it they're being conditioned to it happening to other people. It's true. Major lesson for me here, I think God, I do, because I feel so much better about it. I went, I can't believe that I would even, at first I kind of laughed. I was like, why am I giving this time? I probably shouldn't do this because, and then I was like, I'm not going to do it. And then it was like, just check it out, be a big girl. And I was like, why? Yeah, of course it's disappointing to a degree, but I think it's important for us to have a reality check to remember that no, God does love you. You're here for a reason. You are a special person. You have a purpose. And you telling the truth and speaking the truth about all the things that are going on is the most important thing that you can do right now. It's giving people the confidence so that they can hopefully pull themselves up by their bootstraps and be self-sufficient and do the right things for themselves, because when we do that for ourselves, we can do it for others. I hope this video finds you well. I hope it comes across in the manner in which I'm intending for it to. I just can't get it off my mind because it was like this little, 3 things within a very short time period. And I was like, it was just bizarre. And now I know why. We just keep pushing forward, warriors. We're not going to let them tear us down. We recognize the spiritual warfare that we are in, and we recognize that people are struggling, but that doesn't mean we stop. We press forward. Like, subscribe, and share. Ginger, how you doing, honey? Oh. She ain't worried about it. Love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Keep up with the good fight. Don't shut up. Don't sit down. Press forward. Guys, I love you. Godspeed, and we'll see you on the next video.